Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for our second map in this best-of-3 series between Demise and Entropy. Mega Man and Kaiserson bringing you guys the action for this one. And we're ready to rock and roll into this one. It goes 1-0 off of a pretty big comeback from Demise. They were down, I believe, 8-2 at one point.
Something
They
like
rallied back on the half 8-7, and then they just gave it to them in the second half.
Yeah, and I was speaking to the Demise folks after the game, and they was like saying how like they was speaking in chat and stuff to them, but as soon as they started making the comeback and took the lead, they was quiet. They didn't say anything, and that's why they kept making loud, getting into their heads. And I mentioned it, once you get in the heads of Entropy and once you make them frustrated, they start falling apart. That was out of it, and they did do attackable, of course, later in the round, but at that point it was just too late.
Too little, too late at that point. So now we're going to switch things up a little bit. Who do you favor on Liberation? Who do you favor?
Who do I favor on this map?
Yes.
I would favor Demise.
You'd favor Demise.
Yeah.
It is their map pick after all.
Yeah, it is their map pick, and I had the luxury of playing Demise on this map in the past. And
what you said, the pleasure of playing them on this map?
Yeah.
Was it pleasure?
For them.
Yeah, for them. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm saying it now because now I can talk about it because they were really, really good on this map.
Gotcha.
And
so something for Entropy to watch out for, I take it.
Okay, now we're finally getting the game started, I believe.
Yeah. I hear the music in the background, and here we go. So, live in the server, Demise versus Entropy. One map to Demise earlier on. We'll see how they fare going into this one, as it is their map pick. And just a quick reminder for you guys, we did do a Heroes War Chest giveaway. We were running that during the break. Our winner for that is Don X, D0NNX. So get in touch with our moderators to receive your prize.
Oh, I'm sad now.
You didn't enter.
I did enter.
Did you?
Yeah.
You cheeky bastard. I'll tell you who entered Demise and Entropy into the server, and we're ready to rock and roll. So the first blood is Deleter taking down Dins. We saw some solid stuff from him, but the solid man was Samuel G. He was an absolute animal in the second half of that last map, doing some serious work for his team. They've only got one player left to beat here on this B bomb site in order to get in, and they are just slow playing this one, pulling a little bit of a distraction, and Blue's going to be able to sweep him under the rug. Azuma is there, will find a return frag, but is it going to be too little too late as that bomb gets planted? Ooh, just barely in time does that bomb get planted.
Yeah, you can see both players headed back towards that white box and Phantom position, because that's the way the opponent's playing. It's a lot harder to get your opponents out of there, especially if they don't have a smoke. And in this first round, you're not going to have smokes like that if you go for the Gavers. But Sus able to find Samuel G, and Blues, he actually gets the timing just right, able to take down Sus, and I think they're sticking it. And no, they're not. They go off it, and Blues takes the head out of Slatan. Now it's just one player left, Azuma, and he's on the hunt. And Blues is just running, trying to waste as much time as he can. Gets in a better position, but Azuma wins the duel. And there's enough time for the defuse.
As close as that was, still going to get the defuse in. So Entropy going to pull first blood, first round on the board for them. As a valiant effort there in the long run, but it's too little too late as it goes 1-0 in favor of Entropy. Familiar scenes from what we saw on the last map as well. Demise, if history is to repeat itself, Demise is going to pick up this next round.
Yeah, and Blues played that so well. Like, he ran away trying to waste as much time, getting to a more favorable position. Just couldn't win the duel. Zoom was just too damn fast. But going into this second round, if history repeats itself, we could be seeing a 1-1 early on.
Sus wasted no time getting the STG out. Maybe taking a little peek down in towards the trenches. Not going to find anything over there just yet. It looks like they might be favoring going towards A. Little distraction over towards B. That's Blues. Did a phenomenal job opening up that bomb site in the last round. Just weren't able to hold on after the bomb got planted. That's
interesting coming from Demise. They all ran from mid-connect and all the way towards B. And because of that swarm, they was able to get to B really fast. And no one at fences was able to get into this position. Only Deleter really left, and he's in shed, low HP, and he will fall. But Zlatan also gets one back. The bomb is planted, and again, in good after plant positions. But there is a smoke on Asuma this time, so he can smoke off that white box position if he dares wish. And they could go for the defuse, and then they all have to really focus if they push out for the smoke or that gate.
And there you go. There's the smoke to inhibit the view. They're going to go ahead and try and get on the bomb. He is getting tagged up through the smoke. Zlatan, though, is going to be able to find one more. Trying to follow those hit markers. Bomb is going to get tagged again. Hit marker comes out. There's the frag. They might think that they got the bomb diffuser, but they have not. He's still sticking the bomb. And there it is. He is going to go ahead and win the round for Entropy. Trying to get a couple of cleanup kills here at the end as Blues, and he will finish off the last two players, forcing some rebuys. And he got an STG. He snuck that in at the very end.
Yeah, he did. And what's also very surprising, this is information which we just got. Giving an update. It's No Names versus CRG. They're playing on Coastal. This is No Names' pick, and it's currently 14-4 to No Names.
Yeah, and that's a map that Coastal absolutely manhandled Primal on yesterday. So that was a 16-2 victory for CRG on that one. So not faring as well against the No Names. Then again, No Names looked really good in their series earlier on, so very cool to see that. Entropy, though, they are looking hot to trot early on in this one. Double scope setup from Entropy as well, and Asuma loses the first one.
It's quite interesting that they went for the scope setup, and one of them already fell early on, but Zlatan and Delia both chiming in for one themselves, so it's still a 3 versus 3. And then he doesn't look too comfortable if he wants to go in a battle against Delita or Zlatan, because they have got that long range more capability. He wants to close in the angles. He wants to go for Sus. That's his best opportunity.
Yeah, but where is Sus right now? Sus is joined at the hip with Zlatan. So they're going to have the trade potential over there. Let that scope do the business on the opposite side of the map. And Dens did get tagged down a little bit. Such a powerful position with that scope up in the house. As Deleter is going to continue to move around over here towards this bomb site. But could they intercept this angle? Dens, here's that close quarter battle that you said he wanted. One player right around the corner. Does he peek the right side? He's got so much information right now.
Yeah, he knows there's one person above him, and he actually gets that person, but he also knows there's a close person. He runs out of bullets, almost gets to Leah, but he will win that duel, and so will Zlatan, and it's all up to Blues. He did pretty well in the last time in the clutch, but didn't win it. This time, he will not have a chance. And then he's not too happy about that.
Yeah, tough position for him to be in. They're going to try and hunt down another gun, calling it out in the server. Where is that weapon to go and pick up? And they're going to carry that over on Deleter. That's going to be the scope. STG gets picked up by Zlatan. And he's got the Thompson secondary. So pretty good shuffling of guns for Entropy. They're going to have some firepower into the next round. And the token count, though, for Demise, this is a big buy from them.
Yeah, this won't be a big buy. Semi-G, probably going to see him bring out scope just like that. But there's also Delete and Assume with scope. This is interesting. They've gone for a double scope as well as a cart on Sus, going for those one-shot capabilities. Because I guess they know that the mice like to use those SMGs, get close, just like Noskaz and Dins in the previous round. But Dins actually gone for a Garand, so he's gone for those long-range shots as well.
Sus gets tagged early on as well, too. So they know that that scope is in play, trying to find the damage, trying to finish off these players. And Kiastar caught out of position behind the Vagabond. He's going to have to fall back. What can he possibly do from here now? Very tough position for him to be in. So far forward, spots one player jumping across, another player holding the angle, and he will fall.
Good peek from the Miser to be able to take down Kiastar. But now they have to worry about this nade, which does a lot of damage to 3 players. Gets one of them as well. Strove and Dins have to wait until they E5 or generate. But Sus, he's looking to try and get some kills, but Dins actually gets him instead. But oh, look at Nilsk's position. He's going to get so much information. He spots out one player, looking for a second, doesn't see anyone, so he just goes for the kill. And now that's the B-bomb site secure. No needs to stop this spawn either, and this time a lot more favorable for Demise. They should be bringing this one home, unless Zlatan and Azuma bring something out of the hat. We've seen them do so many clutches in Entropy. This might be too much for them.
Yeah, especially with Azuma not having a proper secondary. He's only got the pistol to work with, so if it comes to a close quarters battle, he's surely going to lose that. Zlatan trying to peek out here. Might have spotted the gun barrel. Spots the one, will take him down. Switches over to the STG, getting shot in the back here. He's not got any options left, and he will go down. So Demise, welcome to the scoreboard. They find their first round 4 rounds in, and now they're going to try to make this a little bit more competitive, considering that this is their map pick.
Yeah, but one thing which I have to say is Entropy's won the 9th round every single time. They won it for Lafito, they won it for the map pick or map side on the first map, and they've won it on this one as well. But they still haven't had the much luck on the server. They have got 3 rounds in head, but we also see them have 5 rounds ahead in the previous map.
Yes.
And Demise just came back. This is the real test. Let's see if Entropy can answer back after that round win from Demise.
Yeah, they're going to be on the full Gewehr buy. Oh, just barely unable to see the head over the top of that fence. And now we're going to be looking for it. This is such a tight angle from Zlatan. 7-2, by the way. So he's come out guns blazing into this one. We saw it adversely on the opposite side. I believe it was Blues was like 5-2 a couple rounds ago. So Neil's slow start for him at 1-3, but he does have the scope this time around to work with. See if he can line up any tasty shots with that. Now we can start to see them moving on again. Some light tagging goes in. Blues going to find Sus, drops him down to about quarter health. Where do they go from here?
Well, it does seem like they want to go towards A side after deploying that smoke. Then they have got past Zlatan, but Zlatan looks like he wants to keep on pushing. And Azuma even finds one. There we have it. The frags going in favor for Entropy for the time being, but Azuma's getting overwhelmed. So it's still a 3 versus 3. And it's going to be a retake situation coming in for Entropy.
Are they going to anticipate Sus coming from Zlatan's position the last time that they saw him?
I don't think they will. They hardly expected Samuel G pushing up in spawn, and Blues even getting that kill. And Sus is all left alone. 1 versus 2, low HP. He will start to regen, but he has to find 2 players, and these crossfire angles are so good.
Yeah. Let Blues take the ranged fight. You can just hunker down, go prone in the pit. You know exactly where he's going to be coming from. So back-to-back rounds for Demise, and like you said, this is where the world test starts for Entropy. Once Demise get rolling, look at that, Blues, 10 kills, 2 deaths. Putting his team on his back right now. Strove 1-2, 1-4 for Niels. 0-4 for Kiastar, surprising.
Yeah, surprising. Maybe he still needs to come down, because he didn't look too happy when I saw him during the break. None of the Entry boys looked too happy, because they knew they sort of threw that map away. And they want to try and prove a point this time. Kiastar, I know he gets a little bit worked up, but now he's on the scoreboard after killing Dins. He's got his confidence back. Question is, can he keep it up? Strove.
Ooh, through the smoke.
Down Kiastar. That's really good from him. He was able to get that tag, and then he just locked onto him.
So many bullets to be able in reserve. Ooh. Little jump across. Cheeky tag. But so many bullets in that M1 that you can just spam through smokes. And like you said, 2 shots for the kill. So nicely done there.
And you see teams spam with them on ground a lot is because you can't reload it. So you have to drain the bullets out. If you take 3 shots out, you rather drain it so you can have all those 8 bullets and then keep those 5 in play. And
Sus, nicely done.
Doing a lot of work for his team there.
Yeah, Entropy back into a 3-on-2, favoring them. Bomb being planted. Samuel G is going to have to do some work here, trying to find an avenue of attack. I should say for defense. He's going to get caught out, gets tagged up, loses about 1/3 of his health, but Blues is there. He is on fire right now with that M1. What else can he do? Sam's going to find one before he gets dropped, and now it's down to Blues in a 1 versus 1. Spots out that final player, knows exactly where he's going to be coming from. And now Blues. A little bit of a juke. That player coming around from the back side. He's going to get around the corner before he comes out, and that's the round. No time left for the defuse, and Demise is going to tighten things up a little bit more. 3-3 the score goes.
Yeah, Suma just taking a little bit too much time there to try and locate Blues. He thought Blues would probably go back to B outs. That's the only thinking which they can get, but instead he went the opposite direction. But look at this from Stars, able to get that first kill and then gets a second, the planter with a nice headshot.
Yeah, it was beautiful. All for naught, though.
Yeah.
Little unfortunate that they weren't able to capitalize behind that and get a round win out of it, but Entropy now neck and neck with Demise, 3 rounds apiece. Now we've got a couple of M1s on the board. As you can see, Din's going to pick one up as well.
Nils looking to push onto Slash, and he actually gets that kill. Making it a 5 versus 4, but Kearstar, he's pushing up, but he also loses his life, but so does Dins.
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer there. They lose one of the M1s.
So as that, it was a team kill.
Yeah, I believe Strove actually picked it up after murdering his teammate in cold blood.
I would like that, please.
Yeah. You have a gun I want. Let me kill you and take it. Said he's got a gun I want. I'm going to kill him and take it. Nicely done, but it is going to be a man advantage now for Entropy as Deleter finds a pair. Samuel goes down as well as Niels. And now we find them in a favorable position. So that bomb's going to rotate back around towards the B-bomb site. Nobody actually over here watching it, but the rotation's so fast on this map that it shouldn't be too much of a problem for them to get back in.
Deleter spams through the doors. He could have probably got Strove there, but he will keep Gapan alive. And now it's going to be a retake situation for Entropy. And these post-bomb positions, not the best from Demise, but they're making it work. Blues, he's on fire on this map so far.
So far, is not planted for them. They've got to get a player around the side. The bomb is getting defused, and there it is. Blues coming back around. Thompson in hand gets the wall bang shot down, and Demise take another round away. And you can see some frustration on the faces of the players on Entropy. As you said, they wear their hearts on their sleeve. They're a very emotional crew. So once they start getting triggered, once they start getting tilted, it might just be a downhill spiral for them.
Yeah, but they're going to keep finding 2 more scopes, Azuma and Deleter. We've seen this time and time again, and that hasn't really worked out for Entropy too well, in my opinion.
13-2 now for Blues.
Yeah.
We're 7 rounds in. Double nade kill for Zlatan, though. That's the opening that they were looking for, but gets a little bit of a return as he eats a nade himself from the hands of Strove.
Yeah, but you can see this. They're still aggressive. Din's already pushed up into that A-bomb position. I know that Entropy know that, but that smoke blocking out Sus for the time being. And Azuma, he's not checking A-bomb just yet. This could cause some problems.
Actually, I believe, is Dins just following a player right now? Okay, he went back around towards spawn. Dins does go down. So the spin around comes out, and finally Azuma is going to be able to rectify that. I thought that he might have been following a player through the trenches just to see where he was going and whether or not he could maybe sneak a couple kills out of that. But he gets denied. And now you can see given a little bit of a chase here. They've got to be careful. They don't want to lose any more players before they get into that bomb site. And up close and personal is Sus, and he will find one more.
And he will find another through the smoke. Only Strove getting a frag that round. Not bad from Entropy. Zlatan with that double nade definitely helped.
Yeah, soften him up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not as many people to worry about. So nicely done from him. He's leading the charge at 10-6, as you can see if you're playing along at home. We're tied up again at 4-4. Now, the Allied side, not as forgiving as the Axis side on this map. Rotation's pretty quick if you're playing on the defensive side, and got to say that this is probably, what, a 9-6, 8-7 defensive-centric map.
Yeah, and Entropy being able to get another opening pick onto Samuel G. Making a 4 versus 5, and Sus, he's on the hunt with that Golden Thompson. I do like it, but he's going to get caught out by Nilsk before Kearstar could get a kill on Dins. So it's still a 1-man advantage for Entropy. Look at Strove's position. He's so far away from his team.
Yeah, well removed, but he might be able to catch a rotation frag here. Gets him low, but can't finish him off, and that's one of the scoped players, too. Would have really liked to see him get that kill. Smoke comes out. That's going to block vision from that area. Now he's only got to worry about the one angle, and that's where the encroaching scoped player is. But he catches one player out early on. He's getting shot from multiple angles. He's got to adjust his aim. He runs out of bullets, so he's got to charge his smoke. 39 seconds left. They've got full control of the B-bomb site, but they're going to continue to push in towards the trenches. And, well, Azuma is there with a scope of his own and takes down the bomb carrier. So all of a sudden, he's got to rethink things and go back towards the B-bomb site with only 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and he's reckoning there's a player over towards the B-bomb site already, but that's not the case. The Zlatan is in B trenches, and of course, the Zuma's still in spawn. Blues will start getting the bomb plant down, and if the Zuma is fast enough, he could probably catch Blues off guard, but not this time. But look at Zlatan's position. Blues is expecting it, but he expects him for a B-outs, but now Zlatan has gave his position away. Blues is able to push up. Look at this from Blues. He's going to be able to stop the defuse, and his teammate out for the smoke, but it's not going to matter. Zlatan jumping through smoke, able to kill Blues so fast and able to get that defuse. And it's going to be 5-4. Pretty close first half.
Yeah, no joke. Very back and forth right now, but Entropy finally back into the lead. 5-4 is the score. Token's looking pretty good here for Demise as well. Blues still just ripping it up in the server. 15 kills, 4 deaths, 12 and 6 now for Zlatans as he's able to pull back the clutch. And Entropy going to get that lead back. So what do you think? What kind of an adjustment would you be making right now on Demise? Because it seems like the defense at the B-bomb site isn't that fantastic from Entropy, and they seem to be giving up the site. They're winning the battle on the retakes.
Yeah, well, it seems like the mid is quite weak as well for Entropy, so you probably want to have a deep smoke mid, as well as the fact that you probably want to try and take that mid control and then push through that connector, because you always have Sus pushing that B trenches. So if you can kill Sus early on, you're going to have that B trenches and mid trench in your control. And then once you got that, you could try and push in towards that B site from there, smoke off the B arch, smoke off even the B barn. And then all you have to focus on is that fences. You can have one player push through the fences, and that's going to cause rotation problems. If a rotating player tries to rotate, that player can slow them down or try and get that kill, which is normally going to be a Zuma. Once you get that in control, that beat bomb site is going to be a lot easier to control and to defend against when you get that bomb plant down. And then you can plant it towards their spawn, have that big barn control, or you could plant it towards the white boxes. I prefer the white boxes myself because then you can have that headshot angle, and then you can have someone in B apps. You can go towards that gate position afterwards.
Oh wow!
And so forth. But this is Entropy pause, so they're probably trying to calm down. But in other news, let's talk about this update.
Yeah, wasn't it 14-4?
Yeah.
Now it's 14-14. Oh, this is map 2? Wait, wasn't it just on map 1 on Coastal, and it was 14-4 in favor of No Names? Did they finish that and they started map 2 already, or what? It's still on Coastal? So this is map 1. And this is No Names map pick. And from what it sounds like, CRG just picked up another round, so it sounds like it's 14-15. They're actually right on the other side of the glass from us, so you guys can probably hear them picking it up through the microphones, but
they've been celebrating hard.
Yeah, they've been celebrating hard here recently, so they must be mounting one hell of a comeback as it sounds like they picked up one more round. But talking about picking up another round, is Entropy going to continue to put rounds on the board here on their defensive side, or are we going to see Demise come alive like they did on the last map? It is 5-4 right now, and we are live once again, and Zlatan in an aggressive position. The leader as well, finding early picks.
That was so perfect from the leader. The person just jumped into the crosshair, but
oops,
geared up, falls to the help of Sus.
And that might be all Demise need to get back into a round right there.
Yeah, exactly. You're 3 versus 5, but now it's all of a sudden 3 versus 4. You can start opening up a site, and a Zuma falls. That's a site becoming open. You can see Sus has to try and pull back, and they could either go for B or A, because both of them at this point are open. There's only one player, which is going to be, I believe it's the lead up, washing that B cross. And if you have a smoke, you can smoke that B cross very easily.
Yeah, and this has all been Blues all day so far in this match. He has been a force to be reckoned with, and you can see actually the smoke goes out towards the doors. And that's really going to put a damper in things in Zlatan. You've got to get that kill. Blues with another opportunity, and now all of a sudden, because of that team kill and the ensuing couple of frags afterwards, that man advantage got swung back over. Now it's into a 2-on-2. Post-plant positioning is key, and this position from Strove is pretty strong.
Yeah, so strong. If they try and double peek him, they have to go wide, which is what Dins is protecting. Now it's all up to Deleter with the scope, and he looked in the corner, which is not where Strove is anymore. And it's all of a sudden 5-5, and I believe CRG just won that map as well.
I believe so too, because they're standing up celebrating, so it looks like the comeback has been completed. And if that's the case, if it was 14-4 in favor of No Names and they just lost 16-14, that's redonkulous.
Yeah. What a comeback that would have been. What a game that would have been.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got ourselves a good game right here in front of us right now. 5-5 the scoreline. Entropy back onto the struggle bus a little bit. Bears come out to play. The rest of the squad are going to have a bolstered economy. A couple of Thompsons, a couple of carbines, and a couple of headshots as Blues showing absolutely no sign of slowing down. Azuma in a key position here.
Zoom up position, not known. He does strike, misses a lot of shots, takes a little bit of damage, but does manage to get the kill, but quickly traded by Samuel G. He's been having a game, and Kierstar, who struggled, will fall 6-5. Lead is taken by Demise.
2 more frags for Blues in that round. He is a monster right now. I have no idea how many kills he's up to, but it's got to be close to 20 now, and we're only 11 rounds in. Yeah, 19-5. He's the only player on his team with double-digit frags, and he's almost got 20. How crazy is that? Samuel is 8-10. Blues is at 19-5. He might get to 20 before anybody on his team gets to 10.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What a performance. What a just a single monster performance. And sometimes, you know, I always said team effort greater than individual effort. But you can see how much impact it has when he's getting multiple frags per round, especially, you know, you look at some of these rounds where they're playing a man down and then, you know, he gets 2 picks and they're right back in it. That's been the case time and time again. So Blues, tremendous, tremendous match that he's having. And he's doing it off the back of carbines and Geweres.
Yeah, it's insane. But we've seen players like that. We saw Jazz early on today. He was playing on carbines and Geweres, and he was top fragging his team at some points. But now we're seeing other members of the Demise waking up. We see Dance gain that headshot onto Kierstar, who's been strong towards that B site quite a bit. See Zlatan, he wants to push through this smoke. He's just hiding at the moment near the bomb site, waiting in case they try and plant, and that's when Zlatan's going to strike. They misjudges, but Sus and Leia are there, but he will fall to Dance, and Samuel G even gets one, so it makes it a 2 versus 2. These rounds are close.
Yeah, bomb plant denied for the time being. Azuma's going to have to bow out as he gets tagged down. They're finally looking for the plant. They get it down. Dangerous plant. It doesn't matter as Samuel finds one more. Now they can double peek, and Den's pistol whips down Sus. So finally a round where Blue doesn't get any kills. Doesn't matter because his other teammates step up. And I love it. The trash talk continues. 7-5, getting in their heads.
Should have seen Dins waving his hands.
Oh, I saw, yeah. He's ready. He's rocking, man. You got to love it. You absolutely got to love it.
You got to love the passion that these boys have.
When it's going right, it's great. When it's not going right, yeah, it sucks. But it's like you said. I mean, Demise is very level-headed. They don't really tilt, you know. And you know, I was talking with Mitch between the break, and he was saying, you know, they're the kind of team that they could be down 15-0, and they're still telling each other in perfectly calm voices, all right, boys, it's fine. We got this. We can still win this game.
And that's the whole point of, that's the whole career of Demise. At the start, they wasn't the best team in Battalion. They worked hard to get to this point where they're considered one of the best. And you can see why. They just keep fighting and they never give up. But that's the same with Entropy. They're not going to give up. Delia and Zlatan both chiming in 1 before Zlatan fell. So it's still a 3 for this 3. And this game is so competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been back and forth the entire time so far, and a lot of these rounds have come down to clutches. So again, going to be forcing in the bomb plant now. No nades to flush that out, so Denz is going to get it planted. And Sus in a very suspect position. Whoa! I thought he got the flick on that one, but it was Kierstar. A little bit disappointed that you didn't hit that shot. It's going to be Deleter on the back of the scope, leaving just Samuel on a grand to go 1 versus 3. Surely not.
It is planted for him, but he has to meet 2 players. He makes 1 player go off, and that's going to be Sus finally getting a frag after that situation.
Get that car working.
Yeah, he missed 2 players, and it's just like, I missed that guy, but lucky my team picked up.
We already know this.
An update. CRG will be playing on Liberation on their map pick.
Yes. So Coastal goes their way after a monster comeback, 16-14, and now they get to go into their comfort pick on the Liberation. So got to be feeling pretty good about that. Entropy got to be feeling pretty good about that last round as they once again pull out the double scope with the car combo. What an interesting buy down.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get things done, chewing through that mid doors, but it's a no prevail, and you don't want to really do that too many times because we've said time and time again,
bullets.
You don't have much ammo. You
No.
have
36
bullets in total, 24 in reserve, 12 in a mag, and using that 12 straight at the beginning, not the best, but if you get a frag, obviously you're going to be praised for it, but
Absolutely.
this case, not the case, but the lead up only good for attacking the arm of Strove. He's going to count himself lucky.
Rightfully so. That could have easily been a body shot, easily taken him down. So Lady Luck smiling on him for the time being, but they know Deleter has been favoring the scope over in that area. Now we'll have to see if they can get in towards the bomb site here. As you can see, Samuel G working his way on up. Strove getting tagged up a little bit. And again, they've left Blue on, or pardon me, it's actually Niels to be the lurker this time around. Blues is going to go down straight away to a nade. They got to flush these players out, and Dins is doing a good job of that. Samuel G is there as well as Deleter is going to find the return with that scope. We haven't heard anything from Sus just yet. That car trying to go to work, and it's 3 snipers for a retake.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but luckily Sus does have a bar in his back pocket. So does a Zoomer, and Deleter has that Thompson, but Deleter will fall first. Thanks to Niels. Again, on this Thompson, we've seen what he can do, and he can do so much. He can got a Zoomer, just leaving Sus left alone, and he's going to fall 8-6. The Mice have won the half.
Yeah, so they're going to take a lead in no matter what.
Look at this from Niels.
Yeah, beautiful play. Jump spot, gets the first frag, and then he turns around and finds the second one afterwards, giving his team that 2 versus 1 capability at the end of that round. So final round of the first half coming at you, boys. 8-6 it is. Demise in the lead. A little back and forth as we went through this half, but they've started to normalize a little bit. And you got to say you favor them considering the fact that this map is axis-sided.
Yeah, you have to favor them, especially going into this last round. Sammy G's got that scope. The weaponry is a lot better on Demise. Yet, Deleter has that scope, but he hasn't had as much impact as you would have liked with a scope player.
Oh, man, if he would have hit that flick, that would have been amazing. But Samuel G and Strove both chiming in with frags of their own off the back of a car and a scope. And all of a sudden, it is into a 3 versus 4 as Zlatan at least manages to get one back on Niels.
Yeah, it's a really good shot, really fast, and Deleter able to get one more frag with that scope, making a 3 versus 3. Scopes both working in favor, but Blues, he's still on a rampage. Deleter trying his best to try and get him, switches to the pistol and gets the frag, making it a 2 versus 2 now. But Sammy G, unconventional miss, does get a tag in the end, but it's no frag, and he's very far away from his teammates. But look at this position now. He could get a Zoomer, could have stayed there, and even got the Deleter if he wanted to, but now it's on to Strove. He's got a car of himself. He misses his shot, but Deleter's chasing, and you don't really favor his chances. 2 players to find, and both have rifles just like yourself.
Yeah, and with time ticking down, not a lot to do into the rest of this round. He's only got 1 bullet. Not looking good. Manages to find one, puts another bullet in. The problem is the player that's directly behind him. Strove finishing off the round, and that is going to go 9-6 in favor of Demise as we go into the second half of this one. Pretty cool stuff to say the least, but you definitely have to favor Demise given the fact that this map is more of the axis-sided, and they get to go into the defensive side where we've seen big things out of the likes of Samuel G and Dins.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see if Blues will carry that momentum after having such an amazing first half.
He did slow down a little bit towards the end of that
down.
half, so that's something to keep in mind. Hopefully they have somebody else that'll want to step up to the plate and start to get a lot of frags. Samuel was very effective, so we'll have to see.
It does seem like Entropy is going for a complete B rush. Blue's going to spot that information. Doesn't get frag, and he actually gets taken out by Kista. He's been struggling in the first half.
Yes.
Now it's time to push. Dins gets the first frag, gets even a second frag, switches to the grease gun, but he can't get anything done. Nils does answer back one more before suddenly G falls, so it's still 2 versus 2. And Strove, did he catch his off? Zlatan, he actually gets that frag, just leaving Kierstar, who's so low, and he's been having a tough game. He's only on 6 kills, and there we have it. Demise getting their 10th round. Don't like to see that.
Tough spot for him to be in right now, but double digits now acquired for Demise, 6 rounds away from closing this series in 2-0 fashion. See if they can make that happen, as they're going to have that good money.
There you are, we're seeing an STG on Dins, and we've seen how effective he can be on that.
Yes, absolutely. Especially given the range that you can use that weapon from, so he doesn't have to necessarily take close quarters battles with it. We'll see how that works out. Dodging domains, potential for a B rush, and a couple of tags now. Blues and Dens both getting knocked down to about half health. So they're going to have to bow out from a fight for the time being, and Sus goes down in the meantime as Dens, with that STG, like you said, headshots straight away.
Almost gets a second and loses his life, but he's going to keep his life for the time being, hiding behind this smoke, which the eyes have deployed, so they should be able to get this bomb plant in, since there's no nades. But Dens, he's still tagging players up. He just can't get these frags at this second. Fake once more.
He is so
Demise
low.
just not pushing it. They know it's been fake so far. Suma does manage to get Strife low. Just answers one back. The leader even gets Dins, but Demise getting the frags right now, all up to Kierstar once more. This is a tough situation, but he knows where one person is. Sees a second.
This is smart.
Yes, so smart. He's probably looking for the knife. Ooh, just can't get the frag. This is the whole story with Kia right now. He's just been struggling, but he does manage to get Nils down with a headshot with the pistol.
He's
but
got no
so low
bullets.
HP.
Wow. So he gets the 3v1 clutch. That's ridiculous. He had 0 bullets.
Yeah.
0 bullets in the carbine.
Had to use his pistol, switches his pistol, and gets that headshot onto Nilsk, and then, oh, can't believe it. He was so low HP at this point.
Damn. If you're a Demise fan, you hate to see that. Entropy answer back, 10-7 now. So we're still within 3 rounds of each other. Trying to put this one to bed is Demise to get that 2-0 favor, but that's a good nade from Zlatan to open things up. Samuel G, the big player from the last map, he's going to be down and out early on.
Zlatan's just keeping that charge up, but they might not get Dins it. Dins good for 1. Can he get a second? Nils does, and he even picks up a grand Dins. So it's still 2 versus 3, and at this point, if you're Entropy, you probably don't want to keep going towards this B bomb site, but it looks like they want to try and get Dins off it, and Dins still gets 1 kill, so it's a 1 versus 1. Delita versus Strove. Who do you think's got this?
Litter's got the tougher loadout, and he's also not looking the right way, so I'd have to put my money on Strove in that situation. But, you know, push comes to shove. I mean, I might have favored the leader if he had a little bit more time to set up because he did have the scope. It's just unfortunate that the timing was not on his side. Garen gets carried over into the next round. 2 kills on the round for Strove. And you can see, I mean, the struggles for Samuel still. He's only at 13 frags.
Yeah.
It's been all blues all day, but I'm pretty sure that some of the teammates have now started to catch up a little bit more.
Strove and
Dins.
Dins.
Yep.
Dins had a massive impact on that round, getting those 2 frags.
Well, he had no business getting that second kill.
Yeah. And Nilski even helping out.
Yeah, so you can see 21 and 12 for Blues. 20 and 15 for Zlatan as well, so let's not take anything away from him. He's kind of keeping his team in it with the struggles that are going on with Kierstar right now.
Yeah, Kierstar has been struggling. He did have that 1 impactful round where he did that clutch, but even if you get a clutch play, it doesn't redeem you completely. And Samuel G,
No, but it does help build some confidence at least.
Yeah, it should build some confidence. Let's see what they can do here. They are sort of getting fence control, Entropy, but Sus will be the first test, and he actually forced it in, so it was on B site. There it was like, nope, not gonna face that.
Yeah, he's got that STG out once more. Some damage being dealt to Niels, but look at this from Samuel G. Goodbye. See you later, Deleter. You might have been able to get the pistol whip out on my teammate, but I'm going to keep the man advantage in our favor. As Strove gets tagged down, he's got to be careful. Dins is here as well, as he was regenning over in the corridor in that doorway. Got to still be careful with Din's position. There you go. This
Has
should
a
be able
lot
to
of
double
trouble.
peek.
Gets a nice headshot to Kearstar. Imagine if he even got that second. He had no business getting that first. But now it's all up to Blues and Samuel G. Samuel G had a really good performance last map. Blues having a good performance this map. Let's see what they can do here. Samuel G probably heard that reload. Should be expecting Azuma, but Azuma's actually going to catch off Blues, which is going to get tagged up just a bit, but he's going to keep his life for the time being. But look at Samuel G. He's flanking behind Azuma, and Azuma has no idea. But he is looking back now at the timing. Just going to stay alive for the time being. Azuma, he gets that frag onto Samuel G. Zlatan finishes up. 11-8 Entropy still in this fight, but look at his headshot from Dins. Boom.
So very fast. He didn't even have time to aim down the sights. He was just so crisp, so incredibly crisp on that. And that's kind of been the story of the day, right?
Yeah.
Anytime he gets an STG, expect him to get a frag out of it. He hasn't done fantastic on this map, 18 and 16. He's not bad. He's consistent. We'll give him that. The problem is that they're starting to bleed rounds now. 11-8, 2 rounds in a row for Entropy. And a scope comes out for Deleter. See if he fares a little bit better this time around. Zlatan's going to be on the STG himself. A couple of carbines to surround, and it's a Gouver buy.
Yes, Zlatan, he wants to try and find a pick towards that B bomb site, and the B hold's been pretty effective, but they've just been tearing it down one by one. And then getting those picks across the other side of the map, it's just been weakening the hold on B. But good smoke from Kia, and he's able to open up so he can get Samuel G. Samuel's been struggling just a little bit. But what can you expect Strove, who's going to push out like this? He doesn't, and Strove's going to get that frag. But Dins, he's still in this position.
Yeah, and that's important. Dins just hold this angle. You can see a couple of players around the corner. Niels is going to be able to find one. They rush right in onto his position, and he gets the headshot on Azuma anyway. Going to go ahead and swap out, picks back up that secondary. That's going to be a little bit better for him. Close quarters, Entropy, Sus going to be able to find that knife frag, and it's down to a 3-on-1 as the rest of his team has been eliminated.
Yeah, and Sus, he's got a tall order in himself. He needs to find 3 players. One with a scope, which is Strove. Blues, not talking about Strove.
Yeah, doesn't even get past the first one.
Yeah, but look at that man, Dins. He had such an important kill when that Azuma pushed in on him. What Azuma was trying to do was knife that corner, because he knows Dins been playing that corner, but Dins is just so damn fast. He was able to get that headshot with the MP28.
Yeah. Real lickety split, like 4 rounds now. The difference, 12-8 in favor of Demise. Limited buy coming in for Entropy. It's going to be a lot of carbines, I expect. Yeah, every single player on the carbine. They decide not to go for the firepower and the advantage of having those grenades. So we'll see how that plays out, how that pays off for him here as this round unravels. But you can see, I mean, early smokes coming out, trying to spam a little bit through, and Azuma is going to catch the head on Dins. Sus finds one on Strove, and Sus again on the Blues. So this round is all but done.
Yeah, and you can see Samuel G was like, I'm out for this save, and so does Nilsk. And you might as well save. Your economy's not doing too well.
Right.
The rounds that you have been winning have been pretty close, so you haven't had a chance to grow those tokens and keep those weapons playing. So at this point, you might as well save when all 5 players on HP. But that was a lot better from HP. You saw what they did.
Much better.
That smoke, which blocked the gate. You saw Azuma get on top of the white box and was able to spot out Dins, who's been playing close. They wanted to get there before Dins could get in that corner, because Dins have been a problem in that corner. And then Sus, that was the important player in that composition, able to get those 2 frags.
Yeah, so the intensity continues to ramp up as Entropy are going to put another round on the board at a 12-9 scoreline. Not a lot of chasing going on. Neither team's economy is doing all that fantastic. This round win and bomb explosion for Entropy is definitely going to help them. And again, the importance of the nades.
Yeah.
You saw that in that last round. That kept them from getting control pardon me, it kept Demise from getting control of that B bomb site to defend it. That allowed them to push up very aggressively on Entropy's side to get those opening picks. They weren't in the positions that they were familiar with because they didn't have an opportunity to get there because those nades held them back.
Yeah, and that's the importance of this game. The nades have been so important. We even spoken to the NA teams here, and they said EU nades are just so strong.
Well, that's what Ghost was saying last night when we interviewed him from Primal. So, you know, definitely a bit of a different beast. And again, we're going to see kind of the same. But that smoke is going to go a little bit deeper, and Samuel G with an opportunity, but he just doesn't pull the trigger. And now Den's in a familiar spot. A little bit wider this time. They're going to double push him, and they will knife him this time around. Azuma going to take him down. And that's the man advantage swung over here, but that's a nice shot from Strove. He gets lit up, but he does manage to connect the headshot and find one more.
Okay, so able to take out Strove after him getting that nice headshot, but he is on fire right now. Takes out Nilsk as well, just leaving Blues, who's been struggling this half. He hasn't got many frags, but that's one of them right there. But he needs to find two more. That early tag from, I believe it was Kierstar. Sus. Back in white box, watching in case he comes out of BMs, which is what Blues wants to do. And there we have it. Sus able to get that frag. Just for a second, I thought he couldn't get it.
Oh, man, we've got a score update for you. Avenue versus Endpoint is currently tied 15-15, entering overtime on Derailed. So close matches right now. 16-14 CRG on the comeback. Now we've got Avenue going into overtime on their map. This one's 12-10 currently. So some pretty close matchups. What do you make of this buy? The leader back onto the scope once again.
It's probably one of the best chances, to be honest. Like we've seen earlier, he's most effective with the scope.
Yes.
Don't see him at all pretty much when he's on a carbine or Garand. But when he has a scope, you see him get those 1 or 2 frags, which is just helping his team out.
And you can see he's sitting at 20 kills, 18 deaths. We do have a pause out in the server, possibly from Demise wanting to maybe talk things over a little bit, see if they can't figure out what the hell is actually going on right now, because they're starting to bleed rounds to Entropy, and they're starting to get their feet back under him, get back into it, and you can hear them hooting and hollering. So they're obviously feeling a little bit more confident as these rounds tick on.
Talking about hollering, so our CRG.
Yeah. They're ready to rock and roll once again. See if they can hold true as they go into their map pick.
Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting.
Dens has his STG. Strove with the MP4, the rest with Gavez, but a lot of utility in play for Demise. But that's the same, to speak the truth, from Entropy. A lot of names go up, but no kills just yet, but it has slowed down the Demise defense.
Oh,
but not enough.
There you go. Sammy G, old Sam boy, he's going to be able to find that opening connection, takes one down, almost loses his life peeking out, a little careless as he rethinks where he wants to position himself, but good opening opportunity for Demise to put another round on the board as they get that opening pick. Den's switching things up a little bit this time around, not playing that same back corner box.
Now, one thing is to say is both teams using the utility at the same time. Kierstar was able to actually get that frag onto Samuel G after deploying his smoke. But there's still Dens in the shed position, and it's a tough position to get players out. And I think they realize that they're there, but he's only good for one. And he even traps a player inside. Well, another one plants. Sus able to take down Blues, who's trying to stop that planter, but he will lose his life, so it's still a 2 versus 2, but the Kierstar.
Wow, what a shot. It is going to come down into the 1 versus 1 long-range battle here, and it's going to get won by Strove. He closes it out with back-to-back frags, 2 versus 1 from Strove, and a 13th round now on the board here from Demise. All right. And again, the loud shouting is CRG. They're probably the loudest team that we've heard so far.
Yeah, as well as Demise. We also heard them just before that.
Yeah, so a lot of cheering going on, man. People getting amped up. We are in the playoffs now. Lose and go home, win and live to fight another day. We'll see what ultimately happens here. But 3 rounds away from Demise, sending Entropy home.
Yeah. I would be happy for that because I would get my map pick, but I'll be sad for Entropy because all those players so good.
I thought that you were talking smack to Entropy for a second. I'll be happy if they go home. Screw those guys.
No, I would like
not my
them to
friends.
go far, but at the end of the day, only one team can go far, and it's obviously going to be the best team.
That is correct.
And Azuma does tag up Samuel G quite a bit, and the frag's going in favor for Entropy this time, so they've still got a fighting chance.
Yeah.
It's definitely not over.
Well, it's like a dog backed into a corner. Either he's going to lay down and die or he's going to bite back. In Entropy, they've still got some fight in the tank. Reloading with 16 bullets. Always perplexing. It's a hard word to say.
Yeah, perplexing?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Sure. What's not hard to say is Entropy are going to win this round as Neil's very low. We'll get finished off by Azuma. That is going to be an 11th round now for Entropy, so still within 2, showing hardly any emotion over there right now as they are just laser focused on getting this comeback accomplished and getting this to a 3rd map, which luckily is not Savoya.
It's not Savoya.
No, it's Derailed.
It's Derailed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
And if it went to Derailed, it could go either side.
Yeah, pretty even map. Both of these teams well rehearsed on that one. So I'll be curious to see how they ultimately come out. CRG with another round win, in case you guys were wondering. And Demise looking for another round win as well, as that scope comes out once more for the leader, as well as some carbines and the STG. How did he miss that? I could have hit that shot.
Do you think you really could have hit that shot?
I absolutely could have hit that shot.
I would have liked to see you try and hit that shot, Corey.
Done.
But Strove, he hit
match.
his shot.
Oof. The Dens holding on to that nade for late stages of the round. Gonna be able to chime in with one more. They're going to go ahead and push in. They're going 1 by 1. They got to be careful here. Kiastar might only have another couple players along his side for his team, but does not want to throw his life away all willy-nilly. You can see he's still trying to peek around. Bomb will get planted finally.
So it's just able to keep back the Demise players away, but now they're going to start getting flanked, but it looks like they're preparing for it. Delete up with the scope. This is going to be difficult for Demise, but Delita misses the shot again. Sus able to take down Blues though. So 1-to-1 trade, but still an advantage for Demise as they go for a retake. No smoke, so they have to either go for a straight defuse or just win their aim battles right now. A little bit risky, but Nils under Kiastar's vision, and he even gets the 2nd play, and Kiastar not really happy about that.
No, I can't say that I blame him. Nicely done, and again, back and forth. You thought for sure Entropy might have had that one in the bag, but another little update. Endpoint winning in 2-1 in overtime right now in their matchup. So we'll keep you posted on the score for that one as we continue along the line. But 14-11 right now. Demise trying to put this one to bed, 2 rounds away. And look at that. Dens has now caught up to Blues, who has gone silent in this 2nd half. And Strove is caught up as well. So now that team effort starts to reign true. Blues kept them in it in the 1st half. Now it's the team's job to step up in the 2nd half.
And Strove is continuing his kill count, getting Kiastar early on with the nade, but the smokes reigns true for Entropy as they start to push and delete. Even find Strove, who's had 2 kills in this round.
Return nade from Azuma. The leader got tagged up, trying to get into the bomb site on the counter nades, and look at Zlatan's position. Spots 1, doesn't pull the trigger. Gonna be able to get an easy kill on the 2nd. He will drop him, and it's all down to Samuel G. Well removed from the fight. Can he clutch out a 1v3? Time shall tell. Smoke goes in. That's goofy.
Not the best smoke in the world from Samuel G, but he does get the kill onto Azuma. That's a start, but he repeats. Low HP, so they are able to take him out. 14-12. Seems like when Demise win a round, Entropy wins one back at this point of the game.
Well, I can tell you, that's not going to work well in Entropy's favor if
No.
it continues to be the case. They're going to need to start stringing some rounds together here to at least force overtime, if not take the map win 16-14. But again, the Gouverts come out, the Carbines are out, the Thompson is out. See what they do with all this nice buy and a bar. Ooh! And a nade. And another nade.
Oh god, the Entropy with the nades, able to get 2 kills, and that's opening up the B bomb site. The cannon nade not finding any players. Strove already low HP, but finally Blue's getting a frag. Zuma planting on top of the bomb, not gonna be killed from that. But Nils would.
Another nade.
All of Entropy's kills have been
Yes.
with nades.
There's their
Not
first
anymore.
actual gun kill. Strove looking a little bit confused there at the end of that round, but it's okay. 14-13. We are down to the wire now, Kaiserson. Down to the wire. 2 rounds for Demise to take this, 3 rounds for Entropy to complete the comeback and force a map 3. It's tight.
It is tight.
Back onto the scope deleter. A couple of carbines. Thompson with an STG.
For Samuel.
Yeah, where's he going to be taking that?
Most position which you see is shotgun played on Manorhouse is in that B out space. It's a lot harder to get there on MU2, but Strove making things slightly easier, taking out the lead up. That scope now in Azuma's hands, and he's the second person which you want to see with it.
Did he just jump shotgun Sus down to 50 health? Oops! That actually works out well in Demise's favor. Din's going to get dropped, but the nade falls right at Zlatan's feet and takes him out. So tough times ahead. You can see Azuma on the scope now trying to work with that, and there's a player prone in the back of the bomb site, so he has no idea that that player is actually there. There's also one sitting closest. That's where the shotgun has ended up.
He sort of favors shotgun in his position, but the missed knife and shotgun is going to make him lose his life. But Strove attacks, gets Azuma, nearly gets the second player, but he will fall to the hands of Kearstar. Nade unable to do much damage. The fake plant also paying another nade, so now they know no nades in play for Demise.
Yeah, tricky situation now for Demise to work out of. Bomb yet to be planted. There's a peek across, trying to go for the bait. Not going to be the case, but he's going to be quick to come around the other side. There's a flank. There's a smoke. Off Niels pounces now. He might be able to find this pick easy. There's one. And it's all down to Kearstar. We saw a nasty 1v3 pistol clutch for him earlier on, but he's got to get the bomb. There's no time, actually. Never mind.
No time.
That round is over. Demise buying enough time. They find themselves on map match and series point. Now, I didn't look at the clock. I was looking at the positioning that Kearstar found himself in, but it's all for naught. No time left on the clock, no bomb in hand, and they will lose due to round timer expiration. So it is going to go up to 15-13. Entropy desperate at this point.
Yeah, really, really desperate. Not much they can grasp, but like if you look at the frags alone, they've been pretty equal. And the scoreline sort of suggests that, but it's just been Demise winning most of the clutches.
Yeah, very, very close match. And again, I mean, this could have gone either way, depending on how those clutches go. But with Blues stepping up so big in the first half, keeping his team alive in it, this could have been a blowout for Entropy. See Din's getting tagged down very low. Nade is going to be there. He's going to throw out a counter nade as well. See if that connects. Negative.
But look at Blues' position, so good. But Sus able to take down Nils. Blues actually finds Sus. Nils gets a nade after death. Now it's all onto Deleter. 1 versus 2 to keep his team alive. He finds the first player. Now he needs to find Dins, and he gets it.
Wow,
15,
what
14. We're going
huge
all
clutch.
the way.
What a massive 1v3.
Yeah.
So much pressure. And now it's going to come down to a limited buy for Demise. They're not going to have all the nades that they want to work with in this one. And Entropy 1 round away from forcing overtime here in map 3. Beautiful stuff there at the end of the round by the leader. What a time for him to step up. 4 smokes, 3 nades being purchased here for Entropy. Only 1 token left on the board for them. Nothing in reserve for Demise. All eggs in one basket. Here we go. Final round of regulation between Demise and Entropy. Who is going to take it?
It's hard to tell, and only time will tell, really. And now they're going towards that B bomb side. They've been having a lot of success in this late half. But now Dins, he's looking for a frag, and he gets gears up. And now it's Samuel's turn, but he will be dropped by Delita, the hero of the last round. Making it a 4 versus 4 as the bomb is planted, but now it's all going in Demise's favor. Zoom and Delita are left, 2 versus 3. And Blues, he's just waiting for his health to regen. This is the best case scenario. No smoke, so they have to win these duels, and Blues falls, but that's information gained for Demise. And now the smoke's been deployed. They can fake it. They have to start pushing for it or spam, and I need to get it. It's actually a zoomer, and we might be seeing overtime here, ladies and gentlemen. Unless Dins does something magical. 10 seconds left. There is no time for defuse. And we're going to be seeing overtime.
Yeah. What a fitting way to end map number 2 is going to overtime now. It'd be a real stinker if Entropy wasn't able to close out this map now after bringing it all the way back, forcing overtime on map number 2. But here we go. 15 all.
Guess we're going to go to a little break.
Yeah, got a little pause going here.
Yeah.
Let these teams collect themselves. That obviously was Entropy calling the pause. They had their headsets off and they were working around the stage, but what a match this has been.
Yeah, what a
treat.
Overtime on the second map.
And we could still see a third map.
We could still see a third map. I'm wondering how the other team's doing. CLG.
They've been quiet here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not really sure how they've been faring in the second part of their best of 3, but they have been certainly quiet over there.
As well as Endpoint, that was in an OT the last time we checked.
Yeah. Do we have any updates on the results for these matches? Can we get some updates? Get them now? Cool. So we'll relay you guys some results or some updates on how the matches are faring thus far in the current scenario that we are in as we wait for this pause.
But I guess we should mention how OT works in Battalion.
12 tokens apiece. Max rounds 3.
Yep.
Play 3 per side.
Yep.
And then the first team to get 4 overtime rounds in the opening overtime is going to take it. So we're looking for 18 as the magic number.
Yeah.
19, 18, 19, 19. 18's for double OT, 19's for the win.
Yeah.
Yes. I literally said they need 4 rounds, and then I added 3 to 15.
Yeah.
Stupid. Oh.
But you are correct.
It has been a long week
so
far.
Week.
Yeah. Been here since Tuesday.
So have I.
Yeah.
Both been here since Tuesday.
I had to travel just a wee bit further than you.
Yeah.
Just a bit. I'm happy to be here.
So am I. It's an amazing atmosphere. Meeting all the players for me, second time for most of them. As well as for you, meeting some of the
NA
Primal
guys.
lads
Yeah, absolutely. Meeting the guys from Pure, seeing the guys from Plus Forward, seeing the guys from Primal. It's very cool to see those guys once again. It's a shame that Ghost is going to hang up the mouse.
Yeah.
Guy is he's a hoot to be around. He is a riot. My God, funniest guy.
Yeah, he seems like that when I spoke to him briefly.
Yeah, he's a jolly old man, jolly guy. So it's going to be a shame. This community is definitely going to miss out on a really cool person in the community. So
I just hope that he carries on working in the community. Maybe not as a player, but like he said,
a coach,
take up a coach role.
Do some analysis or something like that down the road. That would be definitely cool. But, big but, we're live again. Double scope out for Entropy.
Seen this in regular
Yes.
so many times.
We've also seen that, the leader missing shots.
Yes, so many times.
So many times. It's actually the double scope car buy again. They did the same thing that they did before. So maybe they feel that this is what worked for them in the first half. We'll find out again, as it is going to be 3 carbines, a Thompson and a Bar facing off against them. So only time will tell how this is going to play in their favor. But you can see Samuel working his way on up, and Entropy is going to draw first blood. Oh, and a second one there. Samuel goes down. Kiastar doing a great job. Here comes a couple of set nades. A smoke comes out onto the bomb site, and the nade going to sail a little bit too far and not do the damage to Deleter that they were looking for, as Zlatan also getting dropped low.
Yeah, but still an advantage in Entropy's court, and Nils dropping. I'm pretty sure Sus heard it, and he gets that frag every single day of the week. And now it's all up to Dins and Strove to try and clutch this first round of OT. And what's interesting is the buy which Demise went for, because of course you have 12 tokens, but they bought a bunch of carbines. 3 of them bought carbines.
Feeling quite confident on the back of that, but confidence has been distilled and intravenously pumped into the veins of Entropy right now as they are up 1-0 in overtime, bringing it back, continuing to bring it back, and now they are 3 rounds away from closing it out.
Yeah, and finally Samuel brings out that scope that's been needed, and looking at the frags right now, it's been pretty even on Entropy's side.
Both sides, really.
Let's see if they can keep that up, and that's a telltale sign. Like Keystar has picked up massively.
Yes. He was really struggling. I think almost to the end of regulation, he had like 6 or 8 kills.
Yeah.
And he's really stepped up here towards the latter stages of this. Blues, though, he's the one that's gone quiet. He gets the opening pick this time around and takes down Keystar, the aforementioned Keystar. It's a good view.
Let's see if they can reload that. Things have slowed down a lot for Demise. And it's quite a different sign. Like when we saw in regulation, Demise were playing a lot slower than Entropy was when they was on their attack. But Zuma, he hasn't slowed down, and now Deleter's finally found how to hit shots. Making a 4 versus 2. Blues and Dins. Dins again, one of the last people left alive, but Zlatan's on the hunt. Look at this.
Oh, and Zlatan's actually gets team killed. A little bit of team damage coming in from his squad mate Deleter, but Deleter makes up for it with a headshot. It's all going to be down to Dins. He will fall. 2-0 now for Entropy as they are looking very good now.
Yeah, Deleter finally hitting shots, even one on a teammate.
Yeah.
But at least he didn't kill him.
At least he didn't kill him. That
Like
would have been a
Sus.
disaster. And he got the follow-up to make up for it anyway, so it's not
Yeah.
that big of a deal. So, not a bad start to overtime for Entropy as they get the opening 2 rounds. And now they've got 2 cars, 2 scopes, and an STG.
Definitely interested by that one-shot potential on all the players' mind, actually including Zlatan if he gets a headshot. Let's see how they're going to react. Demise looking to go for a much quicker round now with those Thompsons and Garand's in play. And the smoke's out, making them easier to plant, but that's when the grenade's going to start flying in and able to do some damage onto Sam.
Sticking the plant this time. Still some nades on Entropy to throw out. They do drop one out. It's a little bit later. You see Keystar actually getting a tag off of his nade. Does manage to catch Samuel G just a little bit there. Drops him down about a quarter of his health. But now we're going to be going into a 5-on-5 retake. This is the first time I've actually seen a 5 versus 5 retake. And here you go. Samuel opening things up. Zlatan's is going to get the response on the back of the STG. Bomb is going to start getting diffused here. And Uzuma is going to find one more. They cannot stop the diffuse. It is done. A clean sweep on the opening half of overtime. And Entropy going to be 1 round away from closing out map 2.
Really good work there from Entropy. 5 versus 5, and the bomb was down. I've never seen that in my time playing and casting.
It doesn't happen very often, I'll tell you that much. Even in
Very
other
often.
games like Counter-Strike, it does not happen very often. But the retake works. They saved their smokes. Got all the smokes in.
And nades, and then when they got on, they diffused on top. But in other news, talking about another OT which we mentioned earlier, Endpoint versus Avenue. Endpoint actually won that OT 4-2. 19-17.
Yep, so it's going to go on to Coastal for their next map in that best of 3. We have no time to dilly-dally with silly, trivial things as other match scores because we are in overtime ourselves. And Demise making a bid early on here as Strove and Neil's going to drop a couple, but Zlatan is there. Sound cue for Blues, but this was the side that Blues got all of his frags on before. Remember that. So if he goes back in to being a dominant factor, we'll see whether or not they can make this happen. But for now, things going to get slowed down just a skosh.
Yeah, you have to say Entropy are looking a lot more confident, a lot more better in this OT than they did in regulation time. And Demise have sort of fallen apart a little bit. Let's see if they can get back into this. They are.
Look where Niels is.
Yeah. Lose has been gone from Azuma, but Sandwichy answers one back, so they're going to keep the advantage in this game by one. Azuma looks like he's throwing a smoke towards that B arch, as well as a nade towards fences. But at the moment, both players are on that B-bomb site as they start pushing on, and then shots from Dents, good for only for one. Gearstar looking for a second, but it's Samuel G. And it's going to be 3-1. It's not over just yet. You still have to kind of favor Entropy. They just need one round.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And, you know, they're going to go for the heavy investment. You already saw Deleter picking up the scope going into this round. So they're going to put all their eggs in one basket right here, because if they lose this, they're going to be on a bit more of a struggle buy. They're probably not going to have the scope rifles out like they do now. So we'll have to see how it ultimately pans out for them. But there you go. A couple of carbines, a Thompson, and most importantly, Deleter with that scope.
Blues almost falling to a nade early on, which isn't the best start. Sandwichy does get some shots off to Zlatan and pre-frame, but it's actually Delete who gets the first frag. But luckily, Blues takes down Gearstar straight afterwards. But Sandwichy's in a tough predicament right now. But Blues, he's back awake on the server. Second frag for him. But Sandwichy will fall.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's a spot that Dens has been playing in. He's only ever been good for one. Deleter's going to find one more. It's a 2 versus 3. Make it a 2 versus 1 as Blues comes in. He's having a round. 4 kills for him. Opportunity for the regen as well. Deleter with that scope going to do what he can. He's going to be able to spot one. Not able to land the shot just yet. It's going to be Niels and Blues trying to close this one down and get back within 1 round of forcing double overtime. They can hear him running around. He's going to pop a shot, drops him down to about half health. He's got players all around him right now.
Deleter expecting a player from the flank, but no players are there. And now Deleter's got the right angle, but misses a shot, and Blues
That's
with the ace.
Yeah, big ace in overtime for Blues. Monster round out of him. He has been the sleeping giant, the one that was so crucial in the opening half for keeping Demise alive in this matchup. He pulls out an ace in overtime to keep his dreams alive as it goes 2-3, or 18-17 for those of you keeping track at home. And now we get to see no scopes come out from Entropy. It's going to be a couple of carbines and a Thompson. So they are in a tough spot this time around.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you buy in 2 rounds all the stuff which you want, you're going to be wasting all those tokens right away.
Yes.
That's why we saw with Demise on their first round of the Allied half, they bought carbines, so that wouldn't happen. But Blues, he's feeling it now. He's on fire. He's back into the server. He gets the first frag this half, but so is Strobe. Look at this. He's already in their spawn, and he's behind Deleter getting that frag. Demise are back.
Yeah, over there in the back lines, Gearstar is going to find one more. He's knocked down to half health. He'll drop, and that's all down to Uzuma. Trying to get this 3 versus 1 done. He's already picked up 1 kill, so there's 3 left to find. He's going to push through, and double overtime is where we're going to end up. I got to stretch my legs for a second because this is getting intense.
Yeah, it's getting really, really intense.
This is our second double overtime that we've commentated so far this tournament as well. So definitely some exciting Battalion being played right now. We'll see what they bring to the table. And you can see Deleter already out on the scope. Double car setup. So they are spending that money early.
Yeah, but so far we haven't seen a single team win on their Allied half in this OT.
Well, that's going to be the catalyst, isn't it? Win 1 round on the Allied side and you win the map.
Yeah. Let's see who can do it. It's Demise up for us on their allies. Question is, will Dins get this frag? He's pre-aiming the spot, pre-fires it, but not far enough. It does seem like Dins is actually trying to pull some rotations towards that ping-pong site while they're pushing towards that A. Strove.
It might work.
It might work.
The problem is he doesn't have any nades to pull any rotations. Like, if he
Yeah.
throws a nade in and a smoke, they might send another player over there to try and watch that. But this position from Azuma is going to be crucial.
Yeah, and then he wants to try and carry on this fake, trying to get some frags, but it does seem like they're not convinced. But if Dins get a kill, that might cause someone to rotate back to over, but it's actually Sus who discovers that it's not going to be a B here, it's going to be an A here, especially since he dropped the bomb, but he won't know that.
It doesn't realize that Strove was carrying the bomb, and you can see they were starting to rotate off of B towards A. Now they're starting to send 2 players back towards that A bomb site, or B bomb site, pardon me. And they've got the leader in the back lines here looking for blood. And look at where the number 9 man is, too, Kia Star. He is pushed almost all the way up towards that allied spawn.
Oh, Samuel G does get 1 kill, but he is fallen by Dins, his teammate. And that's going to be the first round for Entropy. Not what you want going into the second OT.
No, 7 allied, or 7 Axis rounds so far in overtimes for us. 7 straight. No offense whatsoever from these teams.
Yeah.
Only playing defense right now. But now we get to see 2 Thompsons, 2 carbines, a bar come out for the Demise side. You've got that scope, you've got the 2 cars, you've got that STG in hand for them on Entropy. It's going to be a brawl this time around, and it's going to start with a nice wall bang shot from Sus, taking Dens down immediately into the round.
And that's the thing with this Entropy lineup. They can all use these one-shot weapons. We've seen it on the first day where 3 of them had scopes. Kia Star, Zuma, and Delita, and then I think Sus had a car as well.
Yes.
But now it's time for Sus, Azuma, and Delita to carry those one-shot capability weapons. In fact, Sus is carrying 2.
Yes, he is. He's got the scope and the car. So if he gets put into a 1 versus 1, expect him to either swap something out or die a horribly painful death. Not having a automatic weapon for any part of his loadout. Good positioning from Kia Star, though. He's going to sweep 1 more under the rug. That's going to give it into a 5 versus 3, make it a 3 versus 4 as Sus does go down. Kia Star trying to get out of that corridor is going to get caught out. So now all of a sudden we're down into a 3-on-3. Smoke goes out. The bomb is going to move in towards that B bomb site. They've got 1 player in the back lines again. That's going to be Zlatan this time, not the leader. The leader is playing with the scope towards the double door side.
Zlatan, he wants to try and peek this. He does, but he doesn't spot the bomb plant. He's just trying to shoot above in case his head pops up, but that will not be the case. It is a 3 versus 3. This will be the closest that they have a chance. Demise. And good off-bomb positions, but that smoke is blocking their field of view. But Strove, he can actually get above, and he actually gets Azuma, who was defusing, and he knows it this time it was Azuma. But now they hear Delita tap it, but they're going to take down Zlatan. But now it's Delita's turn with the scope. He does get 1. He picks up the STG, tags 1 player, goes back, gets blues. Now it's all onto Strove, and Strove playing a risky game, not peeking at all, but he gets the frag, and that's the first allied frag we've seen in OT.
Yes.
Teenies 2.
And a massive round, to say the least. Comes down to the 1v1 as Delita doing everything that he can. He's caught fire here in the last couple of rounds also.
It's Kia Star getting that double kill.
Crucial double kill, but unfortunately not enough as Demise managing to pick up the round. So, I said it, win a round on the Allied side and you win the game. Let's see if Demise can close it out now as they do have that 1 elusive Allied round here. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, we saw a decent enough Allied performance from both squads throughout regulation. See how this one unravels as, again, it's double car, double scope, and dead Neil.
Good nade from Azuma. Almost.
Just a little short.
Just a little bit short, yeah.
Oops.
That's not great.
What? Well, how has he done that?
He picked up his teammate's nade, thrown it into the sky, bounced off the roof into his face.
Well, why did he do that?
I don't know. But it's definitely allowed Entropy to have a chance to win this OT half. But Dins and Blues trying their best to get back into this, and if anyone's going to get back into this, it's going to be those two. We've seen Blues, he had that ace that one round, but the eat up takes away Blues' support, so now it's all just on this guy.
So far removed from everything else right now with 20 seconds left, and yeah, he's going to go down. So it goes 2-1 in favor of Entropy, who now need 2 rounds on the Allied side in order to close this one out. But if it's a clean sweep for Demise,
yeah,
game over. 22 is now the magic number.
Yeah. But let's see if Entropy can get back into this. Because, of course, if Entropy lose, they're out of it. They're going home to their respective countries.
Yes, indeed.
Or just around the corner for some of these players. Ooh, that's a good start for Demise.
Yes, indeed. It's the first time that we've seen that long-range pick through mid be effective, as Neil's going to be able to find that through the boards, through the smoke, to the face, and just completely eliminate Izuma.
And that's going to slow things for Entropy, but it does seem like Sus wants to have a bit of action, but the Eta, he's said bye-bye. Kista, he's trying to fight his way back into this. He had a slow start, now he's a little bit looking better. Now Blues, he's the one which also had a slow ending, but he's looking good now. It's all up to Kista. Try and clutch it, ace to clutch. Lose this, it's going to be 2-2, and this team's not going to be in a great position.
No, not at all. You saw the leader go down. He was the one that's really been the catalyst for the comeback. Once he got those scopes in his hand, he's been so incredibly lethal with them. But look at Kiastar. Hello!
It's 26 and to 28, and he was 6 to like 12 at one point.
Yeah, he was having a miserable game. But it's a 3 versus 1, so they can just play this team-oriented style right now. That smoke goes out. He did not spot that player, but surely he's been seen. You can see the number 2 man. Oh, and he just jumps on the nade.
That's not great.
Well done from Demise. 2 rounds away from closing this one out. Entropy.
Here we have it. Kiyosaki getting that kill.
Yep.
Hey-oh.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Nice little ninja play, but it's too little too late. And now we got to see if Entropy can answer the call here. They need at least 1 allied round to force triple overtime.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to get hungry, so I'm kind of hoping they don't. Yeah. That's the sole basis of what team I root for, is how hungry am I and how close are we to the end of the game.
Let's see if Demise can either get themselves onto match point or Entropy get themselves a match point. Blues, he's looking very aggressive and he's been having quite a bit of success. And it does seem like Demise are playing a retake style on this B bomb site. And the nades coming in, just keeping them off the bomb, but now they've ran out. Just got smokes. 1-to-1 trades between Samuel and Delisa. Right now, Sus will get the bomb down, and Entropy's in a good position to hold this back. This ball's going everywhere at this point,
oh,
but
man,
Samuel G, what a shot.
Down to the 3 versus 2. Man advantage going the way of Demise. Perfectly placed smoke, rendering that scope completely useless. The leader's going to go down to the backstab. 1 player left to fight. It's Niels. And that is going to put Demise up to map match and series point once again. They have battled back.
Bomb defused.
This is a headshot. Boom. Just snaps to his head after he gets tanked up by Gilstam. 1 shot. Now final round. Economy on HP not looking too good. And they have to go for carbines. And they're facing 4 STGs with Scopes, Thompsons, Durants.
Yeah, chips are stacked against Entropy, but we've seen them battle back from harder scenarios in this map itself. So it is going to be 3-2, map match and series point on the line, spamming through the doors right now. That is a missed smoke if I've ever seen one. Kind of billowing up there at the clock tower.
Yeah. This has been a long game. It could either be even longer or could be over for Entropy. Strove making it closer to being over. Takes out Zlatan. Just 4 more players Demise need to look for, and these nades going in. They think it's a B. 2 players already on the B bomb site, but Sus, he's just waiting patiently at this car position. So is Dins.
Yeah, neither one of them want to give anything up. There goes the return nade. Is that going to find its mark? A little bit too far. On the opposite side of the bomb boxes, bomb gets planted 4 versus 5 scenario. Trying to get in here. Din's going to find one. Strove as well. Chimes in. Oh, and Strove finds a second. All of a sudden, it's just down to Kiastar at a 1 versus 4. Can he get anything out of this? They've smoked off his avenue of attack. He's just going to have to barrel on through and hope for the best. And here he goes. The bomb is defused. Demise going to take the best of 3, and there you have it. 2-0 fashion. And that is going to do it. So double overtime or bust. And the boys on Demise come out on top. What a series.
What a series, especially that last map. Double OT.
And this right here from
just
Strove, the first one
kill.
and then the adjustment, boom. That second kill was so crucial. Unbelievable plays by great players, and there you have it. That is going to close out that series 2-0 for Demise. Definitely thought we were going to see a third map there when we hit overtime.
Yeah, it definitely looked like that, especially when Entropy got those first 3 rounds in. It's just like, they must get a 1 round.
Just that one. They just needed
allies,
that
and then-
one. They had 3 shots at match point and just could not get over that finish line. So that is going to do it for Kaiser and myself for the day. Mitch and Dean are going to be bringing you the final best of 3 of the day, which will be coming up here in not too terribly long. I know that they got to set everything up and all of that. So stay tuned. Keep posted. You might get some more giveaways or something like that in chat, but we will be bidding you adieu, and Mitch and Dean will be coming up here in just a little bit.